Yo, this is your brother Speech from the group Arrested Development, giving a shout to DJ Nice, School of Hip Hop radio show, Radio Campus Toulouse, 94 FM.
Could we speak quickly about 80s? How did you leave the hip hop at the beginning, and why you decided to create Arrested Development, and why this name?
Yeah, well, I'll start off with the name. Arrested Development came from seeing the state of black people in a state of arrested development, like halted growth. Because of slavery and things like that, you know, a lot of black people around the world were really repositioned, and a lot of our best people were taken and put into slavery, and it was very, very, very tough for us. So I think that the name is like a reminder of what we're trying to overcome, like overcome the arrested development. And then, you know, 80s is, you know, we started off in the 80s, and hip hop, you know, saved my life. It's such a incredible music, and it's like just wanting to be a part of this genre, wanting to be a part of this movement, and wanting to do our own style, you know. So for us and for me, it was necessary to try to bring something unique to the scene, and, you know, bring something that hasn't been done yet, you know what I mean? And so I feel like Arrested Development was on that same movement, just like Tribe Called Quest or De La Soul or Brothers, and, you know, groups like that who was on some really different stuff, and just, you know, bringing it, Public Enemy, you know, stuff like that, just bringing it different. So that's what our goal is and was.
Okay, why did you choose a funky soul, Afro blues, and conscious style, and which are your reference for the music and your writing?
Yeah, a lot of people, like, I really like Fishbone, especially in the early days of Arrested Development. We were listening to a ton of Fishbone, Loose Ends, Bob Marley, you know, reggae. You know, we were influenced by Soul to Soul, but of course we were also influenced by like De La Soul and Jungle Brothers and KRS-One, Public Enemy, you know, and even before that, Run DMC and LL Cool J and all of that. So just hip hop in general, you know. But those are some of the groups that we would listen to, and excuse me, and you know, really be inspired by. Yeah.
Okay. And in the world, many people fight and that to keep alive our freedom of expression, to give some information. What do you think about that? And could you speak about the situation in the USA, especially under your new President Trump?
Yeah. Now, what was the first part of the question?
In the world, many people fight and that to keep alive our freedom of expression.
Oh, yeah.
And what do you think about that?
Yeah, definitely. Oh, man, I 100% believe in the freedom of expression and people being able to express themselves. And as far as Donald Trump, you know, he is a testament or testimony to the sad parts about humanity, the racism that exists in humanity, you know, people that are really, you know, selfish and only thinking about themselves. The fact that they voted him into office proves that there's a lot of people that's really thinking about themselves and really, you know, don't care about anyone else. And it's a very sad statement about where humanity has gotten to. And, you know, Donald Trump he's truly a disgrace to politics and a disgrace to America. He's just a disgrace. There's nothing. I can't really think of anything great to say about Donald Trump.
And one thing important, could you speak about 16 Bars documentary and the 10 days you spent in prison? This documentary existed after you see 13th, which takes for reference the 13th Amendment to the U.S. Constitution that freed slaves and banned slavery.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I spent 10 days in the prison or in a jail, and I worked with the inmates there on some music. This film is a very important film because it really talks a lot, or it shows, I should say, the generational oppression, the generational addictions and dysfunction that has caused so much pain to so many people. And in the United States, we're the largest incarceration rate. We have the largest prison population on the planet Earth. And we have this false idea that if we lock people up, we've gotten rid of the problem. And the truth is that we're just magnifying and multiplying the problems, because if we don't help people get rehabilitated while they're in prison, then when they come out, they turn out to be worse than they were when they first came in. Not to mention, in my experience of being in the jail for 10 days, I realized that most of the men and women should not have been in jail in the first place. Many of them had nonviolent crimes. They were in there for drug addiction, and they should have been in treatment facilities to get their health better instead of in jail. And so there's a bunch of racism that's involved with why does a drug addiction become a criminal offense? A lot of that is because they know that a lot of these men that are in there are going to be black and brown people, and they keep them in prison in order to practice racism against them. And so it's really a sad system, and I really want to see it change drastically.
About hip-hop, could you say a few words when I say this name, Public Enemy?
One of my favorite groups of all time.
Yes, DJ Premier.
Literally my favorite on record DJ ever.
Yes, Talib Kweli.
Who?
Talib Kweli. Talib Kweli.
Oh, Talib Kweli.
Sorry.
No, it's cool. It's the accent. Talib is literally a beast on the mic. I mean, he's inspirational, and I respect him a lot.
With Mos Def, the album Black Star is crazy, and many others.
Yeah.
And other hip hop artists nowadays, you would like to speak quickly nowadays, one or two?
I like Drake. I like I mean, there's so many that I like, but I like Drake a lot. I like who would I listen to a lot? Kendrick Lamar, you know. And it's funny because I like him for different reasons. Drake has a very pop sensibility, and I like that when I hear a good rhymer, but also with that pop sensibility, and he's more vulnerable than a lot of artists. I like that. And then someone like a Kendrick, he's very experimental. His rhyme skills are absolutely top notch, and his breath control is amazing. His live shows are absolutely, you know, especially like when he does an award show or something for television, it's literally among the best performances hip hop has ever seen, ever, including the beginnings to now, and excluding Nobody. And that alone makes him like one of the greatest to ever do it. And yeah.
Okay. Last words for hip hop lovers, lives lovers, and French people.
And what was the question?
Last word.
Oh, word. Okay, yeah. Yo, first of all, I love the French people. I love your passion. I love your passion for music. I love your passion for, you know, what we do, because not every country gets the fullness of what Arrested Development is about. And whenever we come to France and wherever we come here, the people get it. They get the social commentary and importance of what we bring to the table in hip hop, and they get the hip hop part, they get the melodic rhyming, they get everything that we bring to the table, and they respect it. And I love that about the French people. I think you guys are just very, very passionate, beautiful people. I really respect the French. Yeah.
Yes, it's the same for us. We love you. We respect.
Thank you.
Many, very. We are you and your Harrison in our earth forever.
Thank you. Thank you.
For the future now.